74% of Americans have a budget. That's actually pretty good news, right? And it gets better. 89% of them say budgeting helped them get out of debt. Who doesn't want that? Most agree it helped them reach their goals. But here's what doesn't make sense. 83% of these same people overspend their budget every single month. Why do we use budgets that don't work? In the next 10 minutes, you'll know exactly how to avoid budgeting mistakes that are costing many people their financial future. And you'll learn how to use budgets in the right way to gain control of your own finances. I'm Amir, and over 30 years I've coached over 1,000 people avoid costly financial and business mistakes. I've seen how this lack of knowledge leads to mistakes that truly destroy more wealth than any market crash. And I'm here to change it. Working with hundreds of people as a business coach, as an investment advisor, I discovered that most of us use budgets that do not work. And there are three main reasons for that. Many of us set budgets that are just way too restrictive. You know, I'm only allowed to spend $100 on shoes once a year, or I must save 30% of my salary or none of my dreams will come true. What we create is not a budget, but really a diet plan that we cannot stick to. Sure, we're excited in the first month, but we deprive ourselves from enjoying life, and by month three, we are back to eating ice cream or really ignoring the budget. When we set unrealistic goals, we are really trying to make drastic life changes that we cannot hold on to. So we give up. You know, shift happens. Life happens. When we set a budget that does not have these miscellaneous expenses, gifts, minor fees, parking tickets, and other unexpected life events, we set ourselves up for failure. We set a budget with no room to add categories or adjust. It's like living a life that is always the same. Does your life look the same every month? Mine doesn't. How about that bank fee, gifts for a friend who left work, or just, unfortunately, unplanned dentist visit? If you do not allow for that, we give up. It's been another long day at work, but yay, I'm so lucky. I can now watch YouTube. Now, eat my favorite meal, my schnitzel and fries. Now, listen to music. Now, I can now do my budget. Yay! Sounds fun, right? It takes mental energy and discipline to plug in your numbers every day or week. And when you see that red in front of you that you overspend, it's just depleting. There are no immediate rewards in budgeting. It's just work, work, work. Who wants that? Seriously, who wants that? Not me. So what do? I'm sure you got it by now. We give up. So now we know that having a restrictive budget, a budget that does not account for real life scenario, or just one that is just, how would I say it, just too much, is a sure way to having a budget that does not work. I tried at least 30 different budget templates and several tools, and eventually I came back to this simplified version I will share with you. And as I go through this budget, you can download it for your own use. I placed a link in the description below. It's free for you to customize. Just take it and use it. So let's dive into the budget. So the first thing you'll notice, this doesn't look like those crazy spreadsheets with 47 categories, right? We have just three main buckets: my essentials, my fun activities, and financial secure future. And that's it. Simple, 3 buckets. It is also a yearly view instead of monthly because, some months are tougher than others. And viewing your budget from a higher level make it much more effective. And yes, less stressful. But there are also, gold nuggets hidden in this budget. And we will discover all these Easter eggs as we walk through it. So let's start at the top. At the top left, you can see your income category. So I use 3 categories. One is your salary from any job that you have. Please make sure to enter after tax money. I enter $5,000 here, just as an example. Any money that you get from side business or a gig, I enter $200 here, and passive income. And I'll speak more about passive income in future videos, but for now I'll leave it as $0 from passive income. The total income will calculate it automatically, and it will come to $5,200 for your income. Now, let's look at the first hidden gem. You see these categories that says various surprises, and there's $300 here. This is, one of the most important lines in the entire budget. We're actually budgeting for the things that we can't budget for. Those parking tickets, last-minute gifts, unexpected dentist visits, they're already covered. No more budget, guilt when life happens, because guess what? We planned for it. Now notice what happens next. We subtract these $300 from our total income to get our total budget, $4,900. And it's quite brilliant, because now we're only working with money that we actually planned for, and we still have money for, surprises. The surprise money is already set aside. The next part is our 3 buckets. The first one are my essentials, our rent, utilities, groceries, auto, car payments, gas, services, your phone. These are the stuff that you absolutely have to pay. In this example, I used different numbers for each category for a total of $3,000. Every time you change one of these categories, let's change one of them, you can see that the total is automatically updated. So let's leave it at $3,000. Great. So this is $3,000 is exactly 61% of our $4,900 budget. And you can see that the categories, my essential, my fun activities, financial secure future, are automatically calculated as you change the budget amount. So now you know that for essentials, you are allocating 61%. And one more thing, you can add more category. I left some space here for you to add more categories if you need to, but just don't add too many. We don't want to end up with too complicated budget. The second bucket is my fun activities. I love this one. Who doesn't? This is what we live for. Eating out, shows, concerts, subscriptions, self-care, spa and such, clothing, shopping, hobbies, all the things that really make life fun. And in this example, I used $1,050 for all these fun activities, again, automatically updated as 21% of our budget. This is real money for real fun. No guilt, no, I shouldn't, because, it's planned and budgeted. And the third budget for the future us, it is for creating the financial secure future. It starts with emergency fund. What is an emergency fund? It's the amount of money that you save when, trouble arrive, and they always arrive. Most advisors recommend that you will save at least 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses in this account. Then you can dive deeper in retirement saving for a house, and also for your vacation, big or small. And here's a cool feature that keeps you on track. If you spend over budget in any items, let's end, for example, utility for January were really $300 instead of $200, and look what happened. The cell automatically turn orange. So you know exactly what you're doing, and you can see it again in a yearly level. And that goes for every one of the categories. Fantastic. The budget is there to inform you about your successes and shortcomings so you can plan better. This budget also calculates automatically the totals for each of the buckets and the grand total for the month. Again, giving you full picture on how you are doing. Here's another hidden gem. You see the last row of the budget? Yeah, the one that is hidden right here. That has the fun word rewards in it. This is for rewards because good budgeting should always be rewarded. So maybe I'll buy my final record here if I meet my budget, or any reward that you want to allocate for yourself. Don't keep it empty, have fun with it. And yes, unfortunately, you do need to add this to the expense into budget. So let's add some information across all categories. So let's just do the month of January. Let's assume that we did have 1,500 mortgage. We had a little bit less in utilities, but we had a little bit more in groceries. And you see the color changes. We had the same in auto payment, little bit less in phone, same for insurance, and unfortunately our student loans are the same. So we can see the total was a little bit below our budget. The total will also change color if you have it above. So let's add above, and you can see that the color changes. Great. Let's add the fun activities. We ate out a little bit less, but we had this fun concert. Pay the same for subscription, a little bit for self-care, little less for clothing, and we did spend on hobbies. And we were able to keep on track across our retirement saving for the house, and a little bit saving for vacation. So you can see that the total for each category is automatically calculated as well as the grand total. How am I doing so far? The budget will automatically calculate how much percentage you spend on each one of the categories, as I mentioned, so you can see how you're keeping in track. The most important thing is that as you fill out this budget, just review it monthly and make sure that you're comfortable with your progress so far. And if you're not, it's time to change your spending and see how you get closer to your goals, or maybe readjust your budget. And lastly, the moment we've all been waiting for. Really is the important part in the how am I doing. Based on all the information you enter, this will tell you at any point in the year if you're over or under your budget goal. And that's it. Time to get the vinyl record and be one of the 20% of people who stay on budget, and dare I say, even enjoy it. Okay, maybe just a little bit. The end. Not yet. Let's review what we discovered together. Budgets are really important. They help us stay out of debt and save for the financial future we want. But 83% of the same people that use budget overspend their budget every single month, causing them to just give up on budgeting. Most people give up on budgeting for 3 reasons. 1, they use too restrictive budget. 2, their budget do not account for real life, things that happen. And 3, updating their budgeting is just exhausting. But using the right budget enables you to 1, track your essentials, fun, and financial future buckets and categories. 2, updating and tracking your budget can be really informative, and yes, sometimes even fun. 3, you should reward yourself when you are doing well. And that's it, friends. Please remember to download the budget that I created, the template, and the link in the description, and just start budgeting. I would love to know if that helped you or any other topic that you would like me to cover in the future. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe for more uncovering and overcoming financial, business, and life mistakes. And until our next time together, may you have a remarkable life.